Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's crafting. We're here with co-founder of Kiwi Lane, Debbie Budge. She's going to be sharing with us what she made with this month's Kiwi Club kit, which is the Sweet Life. So if you are just joining us, with co-founder of Kiwi Lane, Debbie. There we go. So if you're just joining us, be sure to drop a comment and say hello. If you have not yet got the Sweet Life paper crafting kit, you can get that at the link in the overview description of this event. Debbie, if you want to say hello and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. If you can hear me, I'm waiting for this to come up on my phone so I can see your comments. So 1 minute, but I am Debbie Budge, one of the co-founders of Kiwi Lane Designs. And I get to share with you what I did with my Kiwi Club kit this last month. So I hope that you join me and give me some ideas, because I know that a lot of people have already used the kit, and I go on and I take a look at all the awesome designs that you come up with. So we'll share each other's ideas today, I think. So happy to be here.
Yay. Yeah, Debbie's right. We've seen a lot of creators posting in the community with this kit. We know that you guys are excited about the colors and the patterns and the templates. So it was a fun little surprise for this February to have the April Kiwi Club kit show up. So we are glad that you guys are loving it. I see comments from Paula. Hi, Paula, and Kathy. Yeah, we do love the colors and the papers in the kit as well. It's a fun kit.
It is a fun kit. I see Paula from Boise, so she's not far from you. Well, she's not far from the home office.
Yeah. I know the weather's nicer up in Boise. I saw that it was in the 50s this week. That must be nice.
Awesome.
Okay, Debbie, well, I'm going to let you take it over from here.
All right. Thank you so much, Sonia. Happy day after your birthday.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Make sure you comment or have any questions that you want me to answer as I go along, so that I can, I'll check throughout the time we're together for the few minutes. And if you have any questions, I will definitely take time to answer them. So I'm happy to be here with you today. It was a nice surprise, though. The Kiwi Club kit we got this month was really the April kit. I found it fun to have the bright colors this time of year and to be able to play with those and to be able to find ways to use this one, which was called the Sweet Life. And I was really excited for the pictures that I found to use with that. So really happy to be here. So I did 3 two-page layouts. If you know about our digital idea book, you'll see that you can download that for free from the website. You just have to put the month's idea book into the cart and check out so that we can get it into your account, but it costs you nothing. And then you can pull that up and take a look at all the samples done by Shiloh and Susan and I in closer ways. Also, there were 3 sketches included in this digital idea book this month. So I used 2 of them. I'll show you the ones that I used. And you can use them or not use them, but they're fun to bounce those ideas off of. And just sometimes all it takes is just kind of looking at a sketch and then your ideas start popping. So let me share with you what I did this time around. I'm starting with the one that I did not use the sketch with. And this is one of my 27th grandchild, which is Mia. It might look backwards to you, I never know, but it's M-I-A, like Mama Mia. So I love the name, and she's so adorable. And I found these pictures. This is one side of it and the other side. I found these pictures on my son, Aaron. This is his youngest. And Jen on their Facebook page, and then contacted her and said, can I use these this time? So I was really excited to have these. What I did with this one was really just keep it kind of simple. I'll try holding it up together. Let's see if it's backwards or sideways. Okay, so I just wanted to run those pictures. They were beautiful. And I just wanted them to pop off the page. So I basically used some white cardstock behind it, just so it would pop. And then I really wanted to just dress up this border. And I'll show you kind of what I did, what I used to do that. So in our new set this month, it's called the Berry Set. And it comes with 6 pieces. Let me show you what they are. So we have kind of a cute jar with a lid. You can see that with that glare. And actually a spot you can put a label on. You can use this to trace it and then put it on top. It's a little easier than trying to cut it out with like an X-Acto knife or something. So really cute. And then we have, to go along with the berry theme, we have some strawberries kind of cut off the vine with the leaves. Super cute. And they have some places where you can actually use it as a stencil and draw that and color that in if you want, or use some different colored pens, or add like liquid pearls or different things that you can do. So kind of a guideline to do that. We also have, I'm not sure if you call this a ribbon or a kind of a banner, but it's really cute. It has these cut out stencil cutouts here. And in the digital idea book, you'll find that they've been used in a variety of ways. This one, I'll show you what I did with mine today, but you'll find samples of them cut out and samples of some inks put in those spots and samples of glitter, I think is one of them. And they're in the community, there'll be lots of other samples too. And then the last 2 pieces are these. Let's see if I can hold those up for you. So these are super cute. It's 2 of these. And you can use this in so many different ways. You can just cut it out like this and use it as part of your border. You can turn it together. You can turn it tight and make, different types like that, or even pull them out like that. And you can see visually this, I'm such a visual person, but visually this gives me lots of ideas on how to use this. And we do have samples of how to use this in our month's idea book. So you can take a look at that, and I'll show you what I did with mine. Okay, so those are the 6 pieces in the berry set that comes with the kit. And for this Mia sketch, the Mia layout that I did, I'm getting sidetracked by the cute pictures here. But I just used a border. I put a simple border, Sunnybrick 2A and 2B, and I paired it with fancy frills 2 and 3, because if you look closely, you can see that the sleeves on Mia's shirt are all frilly. It's just a gathered frill look. And so what I wanted to do was kind of recreate that kind of look. So I used the fancy frills to do that, and it worked out really good. So it kind of really complements what she's wearing. I also wanted to put her name on it. So I used the Tiny Sweetheart. It's from the Tiny Sweetheart set let me see, it's right here, Tiny Springtime 4T. And then I use that to chase out this fun spot that I can add Mia's name, which is some letters that I had in my stash. Also, I kept kind of using the theme of springtime or tiny springtime. So I built this flower using this template, which is Springtime 5. And I used tiny plants just to tuck it out there. And I went ahead and cut off a little piece of this. You can see right there. I just wanted to tuck part of this berry leaf into it. So I cut off a little piece of that and just tucked it behind. This one is a simple layout, but it turned out really, really cute and just perfect for these pictures. On the other side, I wanted to use the jar. I love jars. I actually love jars. I have a lot of jars in my home. Just fun jars. You can see we had a sentiment cards. You have several in your set each time. And I just traced it right over it so that you could see. If you can't see it, it says you are loved. So Mia, you are loved. And then I wanted a little bit of a frill on the lid. So I used this, but then I went ahead and cut out an extra bottom piece and just tuck some white paper under it to give it kind of a little extra frill. And I really wanted to use some strawberries popping out the top, and that worked really easy because I was able to just trace and cut and tuck those right into the top of the jar and put that tiny plant sprig falling out. And again, this one is super easy. I think I love it when I can use simple templates and a simple framed or bordered look, and then still dress up pictures that are precious to me and in my family. And this one worked really good. It is kind of dark today. I'm sorry that it seems probably dark on your end, but it's been raining for day 6. So I actually have a light right here. You just can't see it. I'm trying to help. If you don't have, like I have a 1-inch punch, which I went ahead and used on this, but if you don't have a 1-inch punch or anything, any kind of circle punch like that, then the rings, the middle of the rings one works really great. You can just trace that. I do it all the time. And it works great. I didn't really use a lot of other things but paper. I think you can see, I just put like 2 little jewels around that. And really that's it, like 2 little jewels around Mia. So this, and a couple of buttons at the top. So simple layout, but one that just really shines. I'll be sending this to my son and Jen for their album since it's their sweet little girl. So that's the first one I did. Also on the fancy frills part where I was making the frill, if you haven't used these before, they are made to complement one of the border sets. So this fancy frills piece with kind of this, I don't know, it's really cute, like lace-like. It pairs, and it tells you right on it that it pairs with Sunnybrook Lane 2B, which is what I used. So I'll show you how that looks as far as the templates go. Hold on. Get it the right way once turned over. So see how cute that is. So these were made to pair together. I've actually used these without the pair, and it looks really good. And you can also adjust how much of that frilled edge that you want to show just by moving it up and down. You can show a lot or a little. I showed a kind of a little, and then I didn't have to cut that bottom part out much at all. And so then, yeah, and then I decided not to do all of this because like I said, I was going for the kind of gathered fabric ruffled edge look. So it worked out well for me. But if you haven't tried the fancy frills, they're really cute. They're really fun to work with. So, okay. Now let me check for questions really quickly. Morgan, Minnesota, Kansas. Shirley, hi, Shirley Boykin. Arizona, yeah, the colors are fun in this kit. They're really fun. It was a really nice, bright surprise this month. So now, like I said, there were 3 sketches in this digital idea book that we put together for you this month. And I used 2 of them. So this is one of the ones that I used. I'll show you the sketch. Move these things out of the way here. So this is the sketch that I went ahead and just printed off. And so this is the one that I used on here. Now, remember when you use the sketches, you don't have to do it exactly, although you can. And you can just get a general idea. You can change the sizes of the pictures. You can move kind of your groupings and your accessories around. But this really worked well. I kind of followed it pretty clearly and closely this time. So it worked out really well for me. It might work out well for you. I'll set that right there. So this layout is the Sweet Life. Okay, see if you can see that. I'll give you a closer look of each one. Again, these are in the digital idea book, so you can see them closer. So on this one, this was a sketch, and I just went ahead for the border. You can see that it has it going clear across, and I have that going clear across both, and that it has a border and a strip, which is what I did, and then kind of a grouping, and you can follow the grouping or you can replace things with it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to use rings on this and kind of make a spot where I could group something together. So, but what was great was I used rings on both sides, but I cut out one ring, and then I just cut out the part I needed to tuck up in there. And then the rest of it I used already cut out over here, so that I cut one ring, but I was able to use it in two places and make it work for me. And that really worked well. It was fun. I liked the way it turned out. Also, with those sentiment cards that we put in every kit, you can see that it's really easy to add those. I used the tiny springtime here, and I think I turned it over. Yep. So I turned it over on its back, and then I traced that out and then tucked that in. This is the sweet life. And these are pictures of Aaron and Jen's family, my son and his family in Middleton. And they were just pictures of them taking a walk. It was actually Easter, and it was just when they were going for a walk. And so even though the theme was berry, it was general enough to take just plain family pictures where families are together, and then use this, the title cards like this is the sweet life. And then this one, the other side, is you are very special. So it worked out really well for these pictures. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of pictures like this where it's just family gathering together or hanging out together. But these fun papers and sentiment cards and themed things can be used for just general pictures like that. And that really worked for me this time. So I was able to do that. So again, the borders I used on this one are Abbey Road, 1A, 1B. And then I used this berry from the berry kit, 5 or 6. They're basically the same, one of them, clear across both pages. And then on this page, I wanted to add a butterfly that came from the springtime set. And you can't really tell, but it's popped off the page, so the wings come up right there. You can see those pop dots underneath. So that was fun to have kind of a one flying by. I really loved this jar. Like I said, I like jars. But I wanted to add a bit of twine on this. I have sitting in my stash of things, just a jar like this full of, maybe you have that kind too, just full of bits that I've collected over the years. So this is my kind of twine, and that's the one I used. I just cut a piece off of that, tuck that around, and popped a strawberry down there. Again, I just used the paper that came in the kit. Maybe now you can see the dots on it because it does have the little berry marks on it. But I've seen others who have gone ahead with, stickles or pins or gold pins or little bead type things and just made them very 3D, and it looks really great. So that's all I did was rings. I used a tiny springtime flower stencil right here. And again, the berry. Now I decided to do the berry with 2 colors. I did the stem in the dark green and just the cap of the strawberry in the light green. So you can do any way that you want. So let me check if there are any questions on that one. I do too, Barbara. Love the strawberry theme. Oh, Sharon is from Star, Idaho. Hey, you're just down the road from Kiwi. Thank you so much. Valerie White, hi from Allen, Texas. I just moved to Virginia from Texas a couple of months ago. So I'm glad you like the paper, Minetta. That's awesome. So Shirley. So I do have one more layout that I created, again, with one of the sketches. I think it's the first sketch that comes up when you open the idea book. Move these over. This one is Easter themed. Definitely April, when this was supposed to come to you. February got delayed and April came first. So that's why you're getting that a little early. But this sketch is in the book. And this is obviously an Easter theme. So kind of like an Easter egg hunt theme from this sketch. But again, this sketch is something you can use if you want to. And if you don't need it, no problem. But it gives you ideas. You can bounce it off and create something new, or you can copy it. Go right ahead and copy it. So what I did, let me move these. Now this Easter egg, I'm losing the name of it now, Tiny Egg Hunt. This Tiny Egg Hunt set that we had for a little while now was super cute, and I hadn't actually scrapbooked with it yet, so this was fun. So let me, again, put these up for you. Let's see if that works. I'm kind of standing on it. So here's the layout that I did. It's very close to the sketch, and it made it easy to be able to focus on some of the details that sometimes you like to add. So this one is the bunny that comes in the Tiny Egg Hunt set. See, I got that here, like that. You trace that out, and there's a stencil that comes with that set. You can see this. I'm going to turn this around and put it on that for a minute. No, that's not even helpful. How about that? So you can see there's a bunny face and the inner part of the ears that you can use, as long as some stencil spots where you can decorate Easter eggs and, you know, add some of those details on. A bow for maybe a basket, because a basket comes in the set also. And just little flowers and such. So this is really fun. And I definitely used it on the face. There. The face, there's a nose poking out. So I used this to trace the face on and added some epoxy dots for the nose and eyes. I traced it over a sentiment card because I loved it. It said bunny kisses and Easter wishes. And then I used the egg hunt also to create kind of a half egg shape, like that. And then in that set also comes this little egg, so you can make as many of those as you want. I was still using rings on this set, and what I did was, there it is. I took a sentiment card which says, "Rejoice in the miracle of Easter," and I tucked it in the ring and then tucked the ring under the border. I also, because tulips are one of my favorite things that come up during this time of year, I wanted to use that. So I was able to use this from our Blossom 4 tulip, and it was perfect. You could tuck it in. It's got the leaves showing, and it fit beautifully right there. Add a little twine around the neck again. But on this side, I really liked using for the first time this template that came in our berry set. Right here. See? And I again put it over one of the sentiment cards. If you can see closely, I added some pen work just with dashes with a black marker. But I also went ahead and cut out these more teardrop shapes just out of white cardstock. And then I was able to attach it on top. Also, there are several ideas in our idea book on different ways to do that, though. I think Shiloh went ahead and used her X-Acto knife and cut it completely out. And there just are a lot of different ways to look at that. So I would definitely take a look at that if I were you. And then the ring allowed me to have a spot to pop those tulips out with. So I put those in and just pop them out. And this pops up a little bit over them. You can see now that this border right here looks, you know, really, I don't know, it felt really fun. Almost has a feel of an egg shape to it as I look at it now. And I just cut out a few little eggs, did some pen work and some stenciling on it, added some epoxy dots. None of this is super hard or unusual in any way. This was just a fun layout to do using the sketch that we have in the idea books and the really cute templates that came in the set and that we have other sets that we already have out. But it did give a really great way to share a memory of Easter, an Easter egg hunt, and it was fun. It was just fun. I hope you have tried it, and if not, that you will try it. Let me go ahead and take a look at the... Okay, Valerie, she said, oh, so cute. I'm copying that one. It's in the idea book, so you just have to download that for free. And then any more questions? Oh, yeah, the lemon. Cute layouts. Hello from Allen, Texas. Oh, hi, Jill. It's nice to see you. Someone wants to take me to lunch, but I moved, so I'm so sorry. Yes, the strawberry theme is great on this. And so it's a great time. Sometimes it's gloomy if it's raining or snowing. Sometimes you just need something bright and happy to work on. So kind of getting this month, I think was fun. It was fun for me. I hope it's fun for you. Again, the idea book's in the shop, so you can get that, but post what you make. We really love to see your designs. We learn from you all the time. I see so many ideas that I want. I even saw some things I think I've got to go find that and pick that up and try that on my layout. So I'm really happy to have been with you today. And again, if you have any questions ever about anything, you can always email support@kiwilate.com and we'll answer that for you. And we hope that you just enjoy the Kiwi Club kits. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Have a good day.